Hello once again, Koala here, and today we're going to talk about wigs. No, I don't mean where to get wigs, because that'll be an entirely different video, but I mean how to take care of them. Cosplayers have a lot to think about when it comes to making and prepping their costumes for a convention or a photo shoot. We scurry around trying to ready ourselves for a weekend of thrills and excitement. We go to the con, we run around, taking photos, making memories, meeting friends, and sweating. Yes, you did hear me correctly, sweating. It's no secret that the war on hygiene is a raging battle within our community, and although the concept of take a shower may seem simple to most, clearly it's not sinking in. But I digress. It's simple enough to get a costume washed or dry cleaned right after a convention, but what about one of the most important parts of your costume? Your wig. Wigs are fickle. You already went to the effort of finding the perfect wig in the perfect color or cut, then you went to the effort of styling it. And then the con's over, and what do? Forget about your wig. Then lo and behold, the next convention comes along, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And soon enough, your wig smells like a high school locker room. Wig fibers are really good at holding on to oil and odors, and trust me, that is not something you want. So today we're going to go over the simple process of washing a wig. The number one way to combat a situation like this is prevention. The first thing that you can do to combat odor and dirt is to wear a wig cap. No matter how much hair you have, you should always be wearing a wig cap. Wig caps help in keeping your hair together, out of the way, and underneath the wig, as well as keep the wig on your head. It helps to keep the oil from your natural hair from transferring onto the netting of your wig. So now you've worn your wig a few times and it smells funny no matter what you do. That means it's time to get to washing. Just like hair, a wig will need to be washed in order to restore it to its proper state. While you can buy wig-specific shampoo, one of my favorite things to use is a household item, laundry soap. Real shampoo should never touch your wig. Shampoos are made for real hair and are loaded with ingredients to strengthen and nourish your hair. They are meant to leave deposits and residue, which is the exact opposite of what you want on a wig. Laundry soap is made to remove oils, dirt, and what have you from natural and synthetic fibers without leaving any residue. So now that you have your soap, let's get washing. Fill a basin, sink, or bucket with lukewarm water. It's important that the water not be hot. Applying heat can change the shape of your wig by relaxing the fibers. Constant controlled heat is key to styling a wig, so we're going to avoid that in this part. Keep the temperature low, but not so low that your hands are going to get cold. Fill up your soap cup a small amount and then add it to your water. The ratio of soap to water will vary based on the size of your basin. The best way to tell whether or not you've used enough soap is to get a feel for the water. If the water feels slightly slippery but rinses off your hand easily, then you've done it right. Mix the soap into the water thoroughly and grab your wig. Slowly, submerge your wig into the water and allow it to become completely saturated. Make sure the netting on your wig is also saturated. Put your hands inside the netting of the cap and hold it open. From here, the whole process is really simple. Gently swish your wig around in the water. Don't scrub your wigs. This will damage the fibers. When wig fibers are wet, they're super easy to damage, which is why you need to take more caution than you normally would with the wig. Gently swishing will be enough to loosen any dirt and oil on your wig. Make sure to turn the cap inside out so you can thoroughly clean the netting too. Longer wigs are a bit trickier to wash. Follow the exact same steps, but when you're working on a longer wig, work in smaller sections. You might need to use your hands a little bit more than you would for a shorter wig. Drain your sink once you're satisfied and run your wig under some cold running water. Rinse until there's no soap residue left, and gently squeeze the excess water from your wig. Set your wig to dry on a towel. I'm going to recommend not laying your wig flat like this. Instead, open up the wig cap and prop it up like this. This helps with air circulation during the drying process. It also kind of makes your wig look like a guinea pig, which I think is funny. Now we play the waiting game. I let my wigs air dry overnight. Once completely dry, take a wide tooth comb and gently detangle your wig. Brush top to bottom, carefully working out the knots, be patient, and go slow. And now you've got yourself a nicely washed wig. Remember to store your wigs in their netting and put them back in their bags to keep them safe and dirt-free. A helpful tip is to label your bags with the character name so you know which wig is which without having to remove them from the bag. And that's all there is to it. The whole process only took me about 30 minutes per wig, so the time commitment is actually fairly small. Keep in mind that drying will take somewhere between 8 to 12 hours, so plan your time accordingly. I like to personally wash my wigs after about 3 to 4 uses. This does not apply to heavily styled wigs like Cloud or Rapunzel. Those kinds of wigs, you can take some rubbing alcohol in a small spray bottle and spray it inside the netting of the cap. Just a few spritz to lightly coat the inside. This will sanitize your wig and hopefully prevent odor in the future. All in all, I hope this was helpful to some of you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and ask me. If you like these kinds of tutorials, please consider subscribing or leaving a comment down below with suggestions of what I can do in the future. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye!